Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Ned over My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD, etc., 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 etc. Today is, what is today? Today is November 28th, 2018, the first day of the rest of our lives. So get out there and make the best of it. Every now and then I try to address viewer comments and viewer questions. I'm not too consistent in doing it. The only thing I'm consistent with is my inconsistency. But in this video, I'm going to try to address some comments and some questions. So basically what we're going to do is go into the Philippine Dreams mailbag. Let's start up. First comment is from Kingston Fury, who says, or asks, who appointed you the expert on the Philippines? What makes you so special? You are a pretentious ass and you are no expert on anything. Well, Kingston Fury, thank you for the question and thank you for the comment and thank you for the astute observations as to my personality and character. To which I reply, I never claimed any time on this channel from the day it started, from its moment of inception to the present day. It's been, what, 4 years now. I never claimed to be an expert on anything. What I try to do is just look at it this way. I'm not claiming on having any type of special knowledge. For those of you who know me, you'll know that's true. I have, however, screwed up quite a bit in the 5 years that I've been in the Philippines. And like I said, I look at it this way. Other people can learn from my mistakes without having to basically live with the consequences. What consequences, you ask? I don't know. Broken back in Mabinay, Lazada scam. I got scammed out of the 25,000 pesos on Lazada. Luckily, I got the money back on that. You know, simple stuff like that. But thank you, Kingston Fury. I appreciate that. Davey Boy Smith asks or comments, and I think this was on my observations on dating in the Philippines. Finding a pretty girl is the easy part. Finding the right girl is the hard part. Mr. Davey Boy Smith, I could not have said it any better. There's millions and millions and millions of beautiful women in this country, but finding somebody with that special something can be a little difficult at times. Next comment and question comes from Taka nga China. I'm not sure what that means in Tagalog. Nga is something China. And Mr. Tuta says, what is your point? Do you have a permit to talk about the Philippines? Are you a company with license talking about Philippines? You are misleading and confusing by what you are talking. You can't even point it where and what Mactan is. What you are doing can put you in prison. Know the laws of government before you keep talking. Mr. Tuta, thank you very much for that comment and for those questions. No, I don't have a permit to talk about the Philippines. I wasn't aware that you actually need one. But good points. And I think he was leaving this on the Mactan video where they did the hostile takeover of the resort there. The armed gunmen were brought in from Mindanao to try to take it over by force. Yeah, it was the early morning raid on Mactan Resort. But Mr. Tuta, if there is a permit, please let me know where I can find it and sign up because I'd like to get a permit. That'd be cool. I think that'll make a good video. Psycho says, and again, I think this was on my observations on dating in the Philippines. Psycho says, Filipinas don't need camera filters. A Filipina in her 50s or 60s is usually smaller, better, and sexy than 30-year-old Western woman. That's a good point, but it's also been said that some Filipinas tend to age like bananas and some Filipinas tend to age like milk. I've heard both those descriptors used. Okay, moving along. Neil Banjeri says, dude, it's funny how you're concerned about your health by going to the gym, but you smoke. That makes no sense. Mr. Neil, I completely agree with you. Every year I go back to the United States, and every year I go back, I quit smoking. And I usually come back, and I'll survive. I think the longest I survived was about 6 weeks before I start smoking again. This year, and again, I'm 51 years old now, and so I gotta take care of myself. So this year when I go back, and plus I have other plans, and those plans include some sort of longevity to the Ned. So this year when I go back, hopefully I'll be able to quit and stay quit. That makes no sense. Again, I'm also a study in contradictions and nonsense. Bud Alluri, I think he left this comment on our last Spaghetti Fest video that we did with Bud and all our volunteers. Way to go, Ned and Bud. Children's smiles are the most valuable thing in the world. I think you are doing the right thing by operating in the background and not creating YouTube political drama. Enough said. And he said, by the way, the Bud Trike rocks. He's talking about Bud's, I think it's a Russi Chariot that he has. Yeah, we're actually getting ready to do another big spaghetti fest. We're going to do it. I've already talked to all my volunteers and to see if they're available on Christmas Day, and we're going to be doing another big spaghetti fest, same area. And again, it's the volunteers, it's the Filipinos that are involved in this whole process that make it possible, because they just line everything up, they pass out the tickets, and they have everybody in orderly lines and everything. So it's a good thing. And everybody's a winner. There's no losers. It's win-win-win for everybody involved. Next comment, Uncle Ruckus says, "Nerds in Paradise," and that's in reference to my observations on dating in the Philippines. "Nerds in Paradise, I saw that movie, but you ain't a nerd, Ned. You are a manly man, LOL. Just so you guys know, I was the nerdiest kid you can imagine growing up. Matter of fact, I'll go to my Facebook, on my Philippine Dream Facebook, and I'll put up some photos of me as a kid, as the most awkward and socially inept teenager that you could ever imagine. I was a nerd's nerd. I wasn't working out. I was skinny. I had giant glasses, Coke bottle glasses, because I hadn't had laser surgery yet. And I was into science fiction. I was into all the nerd stuff. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons. You name it. If it was nerdy, I was doing it. And I'm proud to be a nerd. I'm still a nerd. Tuta China asks once again, "Are you an Australian destroying the image of the Philippine tourism? Why are you returning to the case that already happened and already rescued? Some leader of that are already dead and your news are always late many years ago. Are you butthurt because of the beauty of Palawan? You are so late. The Abu Sayyaf leader are already dead and Marawi." And to which I responded, I think I said, "High five. High five." I think that was on the video I did on, there was a terrorist alert in Palawan or something. And I talked about the hostile takeover and the kidnappings and all the people that were killed in Palawan. And that, he's right, it was a long time ago. But I also noted that in the video. I think that was in the 90s or something. Not sure. Andy Herbst says, or asks, or notes. He says, "I just don't see how your whole venture there is worthwhile. Sitting out there without a partner, getting older far away from your country, family and friends, no support system as you grow older, just scammers that see you as an ATM. Is that all really worth it and sustainable?" And that's a good comment and a good observation. And he's got a good point. Also, I hope everybody's enjoying all my DSLR photos in the background behind my head, because those are mine. I actually enjoy living outside the United States at this point in my life. It's different. It's outside my comfort zone. It's given me a different perspective. It's made me appreciate and be grateful for a lot of things that I was taking for granted while I was living in the United States. I really like the people. 99.9% of them are fantastic, wonderful people. I've never been with a scammer that saw me as an ATM. And as far as being sustainable, yeah, sure, why not? Getting older, I think we all get older. Matter of fact, if you go back and look at my old videos from 5 years ago, I have a lot less wrinkles back then. I was so handsome. Ah! So I replied yes to that. Level 9000, and I don't know what video this was. He notes, "The only problem that sucks is you will never know if the woman truly loves you or if they are in it to get out. There is a reason why the women don't marry old men in their own country, but they will go for really old men for another country." Basically, he's talking about Filipinos going with foreigners to try to get a green card, and stuff like that. Now, for the point right there, Mr. Level 9000 saying, "You will never know if the woman truly loves you." Okay? I got to do a video on this at some point, because yes, there is definitely ways to tell if somebody actually loves you or not. I've been very fortunate with 2 girlfriends I have had since I've been here. Have been wonderful people, spectacular people, the nicest people, and they truly love me. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm not going to get into the particular reasons why I believe this, but the proof is in the pudding. So that's it. RJ commented on my Cebu, one of the videos, I think it was Fuente Pension. He says, "How long would you recommend people stay in Cebu?" Cebu. Sorry, guys. Again, you can say it Cebu or Cebu. Cebu, Cebu. How long would you recommend people stay in Cebu, and what sites are best to see? To which I replied, usually just long enough to get an exit clearance and fly out. Yes, I'm sorry, Cebu. You're not one of my favorite cities in the Philippines. You're just too big. It's a little too congested. Although your food is fantastic. And the taxis. The taxis. Buddy Muniz. Hold on. Shut my dog up. Angel. All right, let's get back to this. Buddy Munoz, about 6 days ago, notes, Ned, and this must be on my observations on dating in the Philippines. Call center workers know exactly what to say to you to pacify your emotions. That's why you were so excited to meet that woman in Cebu. I'm guessing she has a nice, smart-sounding voice and also knew how to tell jokes, good jokes on the phone. Ned, hook, line, and sinker. Off to Cebu. LOL. Don't forget, the best woman out there to go out with are the ones who don't immediately ask for help. In parentheses, he put dollar signs. Good luck and nice info, Ned. I've actually never talked to her on the phone. It's just through Facebook Messenger and in person. And she got me on Facebook Messenger, man. Her English is fantastic. But she also appreciated. She saw that comment, and I'm sure she passed it on to her call center worker friends. All right, next up, Fuente Pension House. Their channel notes. On behalf of Fuente Pension House, thank you so much, Mr. Cali. It's Kelly, but they say Cali, C-A-L-I, for this video. We appreciate your positive feedback about our hotel. I'm sure our entire hostel staff enjoyed catering to your needs as much as you enjoyed your stay. God bless. Thank you for that, Fuente Pension. I get no kickbacks or any type of compensations when I, say this place is nice or this pizza's good or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Pat Burns says, if you're going to be in the Philippines for any length of time, you should seriously consider hepatitis A and B vaccines, just in case. Also, I never go to the Phils without a bottle of Pepto-Bismol and some Imodium. I don't think they even sell Pepto there, but like I said, just in case. Very good point. Excellent point. The most important medical thing you can do before you start traveling around the world or going anywhere outside is get your hepatitis A and B vaccines. I think they call the Twin Ricks vaccines, and it's 2 vaccines spaced out over a 3-month period or something like that. Incredibly important here, because I've had more than a few people I know, one of them was a subscriber, come down with hepatitis. Paul Johnson says, you put on a lot of weight in the last 3 years. It's all that good living, man. I actually came here, I was 220 pounds. If you go to my original videos, you'll see me at 220. Right now I'm about 207. And, yeah. When you first get here, it's so hot and everything, and I don't know what it is, but you're going to lose a lot of weight. You're going to lose a lot of weight. Yeah, because like I said, I actually came here in 220 pounds. I'm now about 207. Okay, that's basically it. That's our mailbag for this week. Again, I'm not an expert on anything. I'm just trying to share my experiences, my misadventures, my adventures, the good times, the bad times, and just talk about, my life experiences. And I think that's one good thing about the internet, because everybody can provide different perspectives. Everybody's had different experiences. And all together, when we bring all that collective knowledge together, maybe we can try to figure out what's going on, not only in our lives, but in the rest of the world. Okay, people, thank you for listening. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams with my new microphone, and I'll see you next time. Take care.